Bonjour, monsieur, guten Tag, good evening. Tips, how you going, mate?
I was good until I heard that French bullshit.
Mate, we've got to speak a different language. Oh my god, hang on a second. What is
What?
I'm gonna have to talk like this, mate. I've got triple chins now. Look, not good.
That's bad.
That's terrible. Anyway, look,
Time to
tonight we
grow a
got
beard.
something.
Time to grow a beard, friend.
I'll think
I don't have to
about.
worry about it. Look,
You good?
can't see it.
Listen, tonight, mate, we're gonna do something completely different, way out of your comfort zone, a little bit out of mine. All right, we're gonna do a video
Mhm.
on how to toilet train your kid or kids or children or toddlers, whatever you want to call them. The way I did it, I got twins. I toilet trained my kids in 3 days. So 3 days they were fully toilet trained during the day, and 7 days slash nights to be fully toilet trained at night. Now I know there's thousands of videos out there that talk about toilet training. I'll give you one bit of advice. They're all no, they're okay. Everyone's different. Um, what works for some people may not work for others. This, that, whatever. Take with it what you want. This is what worked for me. We have not had one accident since. Yeah,
Does this
not
work for old people and drunk adults as well?
well. No, unfortunately, that train's gone.
I have a
Yes.
pissy a few times when I was drunk. That's all.
Ah, yes. But yeah, no, that's what we're going to talk about tonight. The method I used, which I started Good Friday, and my kids were toilet trained by Easter Sunday. Right, I'm going to share my screen,
Yep.
and I'm going to show you before we get into it, eh? Rightio. So, broken it down to five things, five
Hang on,
important
I'm
things.
having a fit.
What?
The coke went down the wrong hole. I just spat it out everywhere.
Oh, Christ
I
Almighty!
apologize.
Are you good?
Oh yeah.
And people ask, why don't you edit and audit videos? I've got time for that crap. You find the information out as we go. You want to listen, have a laugh. This is raw, real. This is the real thing. No
This is the
bloody.
real thing.
Anyway, you need time, all right? You need 3 full days. For you people out there that don't understand what 3 full days is, it's 72 hours. I can't make it any more simple than that. If you can't comprehend that, don't worry about toilet training because you won't get it. Now, by time, 3 days, I mean you're home with your kid or kids for 3 days. Doesn't mean you go out to the shops here, there, go grab bread. 3 days. Sort your life out. It's not hard. Get everything you need. Second thing, discipline. Discipline worked in the old days. Discipline worked when I was a kid. Discipline works now. This world lacks a lot of it. But I
Yeah.
guarantee you with toilet training, you'll need it. This moves on to repetition. All right, repetition, very important. Can kids do the same thing over and over? Guess what? They'll get good at it and they'll end up doing it. Routine, another big one. I know a lot of parents that don't have routine. Everyone used to give me flack when I was raising my kids when they were born. Like, oh, you're too strict, too this, too that. Your routine's too strict. Well, guess what? Now I'm laughing. Tips?
I think routine is for me. Sorry, I still got a bit of routine for me. I would have number one as my number one point because I think parents that don't have that good structure and good routine, they may struggle. I think because when you want to toilet train your kids, a big part of that toilet train is routine. Although you know how kids and bladders all work differently, I understand that, but if you've got that good foundation, that good base routine from the start, I think that that helps a lot.
Yeah.
You can't just chuck a kid into a routine and have that discipline side of things at the same time. I think it's too hard for them at that age.
Absolutely. But the earlier you start, the better it is, the easier your life will be as a parent. Um, the last part, just be careful when you swallow that. You don't want to go through your nose. Last one's patience. You need to have patience, all right? Do not yell at your kids. You got to be patient. They're learning something. I guarantee when you started, you weren't perfect. You're probably
Yep.
still not perfect. You're probably still pissed a bit. No, I'm just kidding. But you need to have patience with the kids, and that was my hardest thing. Obviously, coming from my background, having
Yep.
patience. Like when kids pissing on the floor, it's very hard to remain calm, but you've got to do it. Um,
Yeah, I think that's just as important as the routine.
yeah,
Like, because if you yell at your kids or belittle your kids or
they're not going to want to do it. They're not going to want to
do
learn.
any exactly right, do anything to deter them from thinking that it's okay to fail, I guess they
Yeah,
need to have that reassurance to say, okay, what I'm doing is right. I did something wrong, but we you can move forward together.
absolutely. Um, what I'll show now, I'll share the screen, is the tools that I used, all right? And it's not much. It's very simple. These are all from Big W, all right? Your baby, you pushy step up, right? This simply just sits, no matter what size toilet you got, this just sits on top. It's got an inbuilt step. There's no stuffing around. Pardon me. Kids get up, sit down, simple. No wooden bloody stool, no this, no that. Just the simple step up
And
thing with a handle.
with this,
It's
with
even got
family with
price.
has a family that has an ensuite and two small kids like yourself, you can just permanently have that kid's toilet set up, ready to go.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be packed up, put away. It can just be there all the time.
And if you don't want it there, it folds up very nice and neat next to the wall. Um, Only thing I'll say is make sure you check every bloody day. Make sure there's no wee wees under the seat, just in case. Anyway,
Be
$48.
slipping and sliding.
I bought two of these. I'll keep one on the toilet. I'll keep one in my car. I'll explain why later. Next item, look at this. You need a box of baby wipes, 480 pack for $8 from Big W. Now, don't go buy the Huggies ones. They're $14 for a packet of three, which is 80. What's that? Eight,
Make sure
240
they're the
baby wipes.
flushable wipes.
No, too expensive. These ones is bin next to every bloody toilet. $8, it'll get you through your 3 days. Trust me.
But you okay,
Cost of living, mate. I'm cost of living.
okay.
Hear me out. What were
Sorry.
you going to say? Talk now. Let me look up so you don't see me double chin. What's the matter?
No, I just flushable wipes. You wipe it, put it down in between their legs, flush the toilet, get them into that good routine for wiping.
Oh, so
Put
I
it
use a
down.
toilet paper. You're right. You're absolutely right, Tips. And if you can afford it, yes. But I bought
Yep.
flushable wipes today. One pack cost me $3.20 for one pack of. I think they're only 25 flushable wipes. I'm just looking at the value for money here, especially
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you've got two kids. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
And you
but
can't go wrong with
yeah,
$8 for
yeah.
a
Next
bowl.
one, I bought the mop and bucket. This cost me $39. There are cheaper ones there. I just wanted a good one that soaks up the piss of piss or the poo poo on the floor.
Is a piss of piss?
The piss of piss does the job, cleans itself. Obviously, with you just down the thing, done. That's why I spent a bit of money. If you want, you can get the $10 ones. It's up to you. Next, Big W special, 5 pairs of
Hey,
undies.
scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. That's got the little compartment. Kick on to the bucket. That got the little compartment for the pumpy pump
Yes,
too.
correct.
Ah, very good.
That's why I bought this one.
Ah, not
Make
just a
my
pretty
life easy.
face. Ah,
No.
with a big
Um,
chin.
you can go and buy, your whatever undies you want. You can go spend $20 on one pair. Your Marvel, your this and that, or you get 5 pairs for $4. I bought 15 of these. Obviously, three sets of five. Two kids. Obviously, we wash every night, once a day. We'll wash them twice a day. Then in the dryer, they work perfect to learn. Once they've learnt, you can go then buy their favourite undies. All right, as they're not.
We sorry, keep going.
I didn't want to buy their design printed ones because there's going to be accidents.
No.
There's going to be number twos or poos or whatever you want to call it. We's
Yep.
just get plain simple ones, cheap ones, just while they're learning.
If you can get them in the smaller size, I know you can get the period undies.
Mm-hmm.
For the big girls, they got the like that liner
Yep.
that soaks all that stuff up as well.
Yep. Whatever works, whatever you can afford. Um, second lastly, doesn't have to be this one, but your kid's favourite drink, all right? You can go to Costco, Campbell's, or whatever warehouse you got. You get a box of them, $20, and the only reason you're giving them this is to say their bladders are full and you're making them go to the toilet because obviously, at the end of the day, you want to teach them to go to the toilet. I know a lot of people are going to say apple juice, sugar, this and that. Man, grow up, all right? I'm sure you had this stuff when you were young. It's not bad for your kids in moderation, all right?
Yeah.
If people want to complain, complain. See you later. I don't care. My kids learnt. They're fine.
Get out of here.
Man, just don't give them fizzy drink or any of that crap, alcohol.
No,
Juice, cordial, sugar-free, whatever.
my kids still hate soft drink.
That's good. That's really good. And then $23 I spent on extras, so soaps, detergents, cloths, all that sort of stuff, etc. So it comes to a total of $150. Now,
And that's all purchased.
that's all purchased from Big W, apart from the juice where I got from the warehouse there.
It's
Now,
all sitting there ready to go for day one.
$150 is bugger all when you look at, you're not going to be buying nappies anymore. Your baby
Yeah.
wipes are going to be using one a week if you're lucky once they're toilet trained. End of the day, you put the effort in having the children or child. You knew what you're getting into. Guess what? Give them a good chance. You've got to support them both physically, financially, spiritually, every way possible.
Yep.
Agreed?
Yep, and you have that ready to go day one, start of day one.
Yeah,
So you
which
do all the
we'll get
shopping.
into that soon. But
All right.
absolutely, absolutely. Just before we get into like day 1 through to 7, how it worked. So, like a couple things to keep in mind, all right? You don't want no chocolates, no lollies, no treats, no chips, all right, every time they go to the toilet to do a number 1 or number 2. Why? They're not dogs, they're not animals. They're human beings. You do this, they'll always expect it. It become a bad habit. Would you agree or disagree?
Uh Sort of yes and no agree. We did use the old chocolate Freddo frog for Lily. Um for a bit of a reward. So yeah, obviously for you guys this worked really, really well. Um from what I remember, my memory's really shit, but we did use the Freddo frog for a reward for Lily, yeah.
Now, can you please be honest and truthful and don't tell me it's just for Lily? Because I guarantee when she did it, you gave her one and you had one.
Oh, one for you, one for me. Correct.
No, happy days. No, as I said, this is what worked for me. Moving on, no stickers or charts or all that stuff. All right. Reason being, it's not school. This is toilet training. They don't need a sticker or this or that. You just tell them good work for doing it, and then back out to the lounge room. Sorry, but I'm routine discipline.
Yeah, 100%. Your
Next
sticker
one.
charts and your reward charts are for other things.
Exactly. When you do your times tables or your maths or you do the dishes or fold the clothes, there
Your
you have a
chores and
sticker.
things
Your
like that.
chores.
Yeah.
Here's a big one, all
The
right?
life skill.
No musical songs, all right? Now, let me briefly explain why. It's very important. This is not The Voice. This is not Australian Idol tryouts, all right? They're not
You
in front of
told
Guy
me
Sebastian or bloody Nicki Minaj, whoever it is. They're there to shit and piss, not sing
you told
songs.
me the voice was going to Townsville and you were going to try out.
Look, I was thinking about it, and I was going to sing that song, It's Raining Men. Hallelujah. No, I'm not. No. Yeah, so you want to stick away from that because at the end of the day, no distractions, all right? So your child or children, whatever, they're learning to do a number 1 and number 2. This means, believe it or not, a wee or a poo, or for those other people who don't understand, a pee or a shit, whatever you want to
Do
call
you
it.
know what a number 3 is?
Yeah, it's called a shart when you do both and you piss. But listen, the
No.
more distractions they have, the longer it will
No.
take.
You know what number 3 is?
What's that? No, no, no. We don't need that.
Or a top deck? You know what a top deck is?
I do, yes. Now, let's
Mm.
get into the day-to-day how I did it, all right? This is what everyone, I guess, wants to hear, all right? And we're already 17 minutes into the video. I apologise.
Sorry, I'm
Um,
talking shit.
no, you're right. All right, so first things first, you need to have 3 days. You need 3 days set aside where you're going to stay with your child or children, all right? I'm just going to refer to it as children because that's what I did. 3 days. You're with them the whole time. This will not work if your children are nappers, all right? They need to be non-nappers. They need to be going throughout the whole day and then sleep at night. All right? Otherwise, it
Yep.
will not work, which will explain why. 3 days. You need to go to the shops, get your food, your coffee, your this, your that, all your supplies. You're not leaving the house. Okay, you are with your child for 3 days. I'm going to use my example. Obviously, we started Good Friday. All right, Good Friday because everything's shut. Perfect time to do it. Easter Saturday, and they were fully toilet trained during the day by Easter Sunday afternoon. All right, so the way we did
Yeah.
it, Good Friday, woke up, took the kids' nappies off. Right, kids, no more nappies. You let dad know if you need to go to the toilet for a wee or a poo. Undies
And with
straight
that,
on.
sorry, with
You're right.
that, if your kids are attached to nappies, like for example, like a dummy, we used to make up a story about the dummy had to go somewhere or someone had to have the dummy. You can't have it anymore. Not you can't have it anymore, but we used to make up a story to help the kids think that there was a reason behind losing the nappies or losing the dummy.
Yeah,
So
right,
that may
fair enough.
help as well.
Yep. No, happy days.
Hmm.
Yes. But yeah, as I said, I told my kids that no more nappies and straight onto the toilet. You do your wheeze.
Yep.
First time, no, they didn't do it. But that's okay. Undies straight on. That's it. People will say, "Oh, go half the day without undies, be naked." No, don't do that crap because your kids aren't naked. All right, they're only
No,
naked
if
when they
you're
have a
gonna do
shower.
it, you got to go
You do it properly. You
cold
don't
turkey straight on.
straight on. All right, this is why
Like
you
if you
buy
want to
the
quit
extra.
smoking, you go cold turkey, none of that other bullshit. You do it straight from the start.
Yep. The first up until lunchtime, I guarantee you're going to look like me. You're going to have no hair. They will pee everywhere, even poo. It happens. You just be patient. You clean it up. What you're trying to do is look for signs of when they want to go, and they start putting their hands in between their legs or they touch their bum. That's indication they need to go. Put them on the
Our
toilet.
kids, our kids went really quiet and they disappeared.
Yep,
So if you know your kids are going real quiet and you look around and you don't see them all of a sudden, they probably ducked away to their bedroom or a little hidey hole for a little wee wees or poo poos.
that's it.
That was our sign that the kids went quiet and they disappeared.
Mine used to go under the kitchen table. You'd be doing something, you just smell shit. Like, yep, there they are. But yeah, so essentially the first day up until obviously night time, you're cleaning, you're changing undies, cleaning the floor. It is what it is. Sucker up, buttercup. You did it too when you were a kid, believe it or not. You probably just
Hey,
don't remember.
I was an angel.
Nighttime. Now, the way I did nighttime, um, I just put them in nappies at night time until the third day, which I'll explain what I did. But yeah, so in nappies, they will wake up with poo or pee, whatever. The second day, on the Saturday, it gets a little bit easier. So mine went to the toilet first thing in the morning. They did their wheeze, but we had a couple of accidents throughout the day.
Second day
Um,
you talking about?
second day on the Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's obviously you're with your kids, you're next to them, you can see when they go. The signs become more apparent. You know when to take them. Literally, undies, pants off on the toilet. Sometimes I go, sometimes I won't.
Yeah.
Um, if it's working, you'll find that you're cleaning the floor less and less.
Yeah.
And boy, that's a relief. That first day is agony. That second day, you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
And one thing kids love as well is positive feedback.
That's
So
right.
if they do something good, reinforce the positive behavior. And if you reinforce that positive behavior, then they're going to continue to do it.
Yep. And I rewarded them with no stickers, no chocolates, no nothing. The apple juice, their favourite, because guess what?
Yeah.
That makes them still go to the toilet. They still feel
Yeah.
like they're getting something for doing good. You're not fluffing nothing. They're still learning. Happy days.
Yeah.
Um, Saturday night, same thing. Nappies on to bed. You know, they didn't on the Sunday. They woke up still wet, but nowhere near as heavy. You know, when you got the real heavy nappy, it looks like they've put on 5 kilos extra. This
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
a bit of a trickle, so I knew that this was working.
Yeah.
And on the Sunday, literally, there were no accidents to clean up. It was just taking them to the toilet. They would say wee wees or poo poos, and they would let me know. Take them to the toilet. Away they went.
Yeah.
Kept the mop at the bucket at the side of the lounge room there, just in case. Didn't have to use it on the last day.
Yeah.
All right. Now with the wiping and that sort of stuff, let the children wipe first. rip toilet paper off, wipe first, and then you just do the confirmatory wipe just to make
100%.
sure. And there's no shame in doing that once they're even fully toilet trained. It eliminates the effects or the risks of UTIs and
Yeah.
shit in the bum and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
your kids aren't complaining about
Yes,
sore things, or you're not
that's
going
right.
to get any inflammation or redness and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And
Um,
you letting them do do the deed first or wipe first, they're still going through the motions.
that's right.
So once they get to a point where you're happy with the way that they're wiping, you can just sort of pretend to wipe or just completely cut it away.
That's right. And it comes down to the parent, comes down to the child. You will know as a parent when the right decision is to be made. That Sunday was beautiful. That
Yeah,
Sunday afternoon, I felt confident. I put the kids in the car. We went to Coles for the first time, and we got through um,
yeah.
an afternoon of no nappies and going out.
But the good thing about that as well is that the way you and your kids communicate as well is very, very good. It's upfront and it's honest, and your kids will always tell you stuff. So it's okay if they want to do wee wees when you're out in public. At least you know you've got the confidence that your kids will come up and tell your daddy wee wees.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's
So
been times where, for example, we're at the beach or along the main drag there, and there's no toilets for a good kilometre. They will hold it.
yep,
We'll go to the toilet, but they will hold it and they'll go do
yep,
their wee wees, which it's great. This all comes
yep,
down to discipline.
yep,
Um, but going back to that Sunday, right? So Sunday night comes along. My kids they are now toilet trained during the day. Okay. Which I'm grateful and happy for. Now the night time. So the first night, what I did, sorry, was undies on when they go to bed, nappy over the undies. Reason being, if they do wee themselves, they're still going to have that sensation of feeling wet. However, it's not going to go through onto the bed.
yep. They're
Right,
still gonna
right,
have the knickers stuck to themselves.
correct.
Yep,
That's going to make them feel uncomfortable, yucky, and not want to do it. I told my kids on that Sunday night, right, no more weeing the bed. If you need to go to the toilet at night time, you either get yourself up, or you wake me up, and I'll take you.
yep, yep,
They woke up on that Monday morning. They were dry. Now, fast forward until Thursday night, I still put the undies on and then the nappy. We
yep,
had that whole week of waking up dry. Thursday night, no nappy, um, undies only, and they woke up Friday morning dry. And we
yep,
have not looked back since. We are now,
yep.
when was Easter? End of March, April, May, June.
Yeah,
We're
something like
3 months into it, and we have not had
yep,
one accident at night, not one accident during the day. Um, and literally, and it was because of those 3 hard days.
yep,
Not fluffing stuff, not fluffing shit, not getting all this crap. Just the bare essential minimum, which the
yep,
kids will learn easy from, and it'll make your parenting and life easier. Now, I do keep
yep,
one of those toilet seats in the car just in case we're traveling on the road or you go to a toilet and it's real disgusting and yuck, which we've all seen and been. You just pop
yep,
that thing on, kids will go, happy days, and you
yep.
just clean it with the um, baby wipes, whatever. And obviously keep a change of clothes in the car in case for whatever reason you have an accident, which we haven't touched
Oh
wood
yeah,
yet.
you always keep the change of clothes in your day bag or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but with the nighttime one, I know you and Kat were talking about this before. But what we used to do is make sure that our kids never consumed liquid after a certain time. So
Mhm.
if our kids were going to bed, say 7 o'clock at night, an hour before bedtime, would cut them off.
Yep.
So an hour before bed, cut them off from liquids. They go to bed. Just before they go to bed, they do their last wee,
Yeah.
and you can be
Absolutely.
you can be confident then that their bladders are going to remain pretty empty as well.
Yeah.
Another thing, um, which other parents may find harder, is um, whether or not their kids have the ability or have the recognition to be able to wake themselves up when they have that wee sensation during nighttime. So obviously, your girls are really what's that word? In
Instinctive.
tune with their bodies, and they were able to wake themselves up if they have a sensation. I know some parents and myself included and Kat included, our nighttime routine took a lot longer because our kids couldn't wake themselves up, or their wee feeling didn't wake them up, and they would wee while they were sleeping. So that's where it may differ slightly.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the
No,
day, remember this is a video, or this is a bit of information that has worked for me. It may not work for you. It may not work
yeah,
for everyone, but the what do they call it? The founding blocks of the
hundred
steps
percent.
I've used, you may want to use, or
Yep,
attempt, see how they work.
yep,
But like Catherine said, your lovely other half, those major things: the patience, the time,
mm,
the
yeah,
the repetition, and the routine. I believe repetition, routine. I believe they're the
yep,
biggest things if you want
yep.
success in anything, really.
I think patience is up there with routine. If you can be patient and reward the good behavior, and just, you know, when they do the wee wees on the floors or something, it's just an accident. Oh, whoopsie daisy, wee wees go on the toilet, not on the floor.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
That no, look,
but
it is
with
what it is,
yeah,
mate. I
we'll
can
really love
put my hands on my
it,
head. I'll toilet train in 7 days, mate. I'm free. I'm happy. I did it. Tick, stamp,
done. And
done.
your girls are how old now? 3?
3 and what month are we in now? And end of June,
June?
they'll be 3 and 3 years, 2 months old.
Yep. Got to
And I'm
happy
happy.
with that.
So another thing, you want to have your kids out of nappies, toilet trained, and not napping at least 6 months before they start kindergarten.
Yep.
That's a realistic goal you want to have as a parent,
Yep.
because one, you don't want your kid going to kindergarten and being that poor child that it still requires assistance for that, still needs to sleep, all that sort of stuff. Now, I know it sounds hard and selfish and whatever. Well, it's not. Pucker up, Buttercup. It's called life, because when they start school, there's no sleeping. The
Yeah.
teachers don't. You want your kids to have a good chance, a good shot. You've got to put the time and effort in earlier.
And another mistake I see, obviously I'm not perfect, but with
100%.
kids, and you're talking about sleep, parents let their kids sleep late in the afternoon. Like, their kids will be tired, and come 4 o'clock, their kids will fall asleep, and their parents let their kids sleep for 2 hours until 6 o'clock or whatever.
Mate, you let your kids sleep for
Then they're
two
up till
o'clock.
midnight. Then they're up till midnight with their kids because they won't go to sleep. Like, that's a massive no-no. Never let your kids sleep late in the afternoon, because you'll just be up all night. Like,
Yeah,
come 4 o'clock in the afternoon, if they're tired, go do something with your kid, or they literally, you can't let them go to sleep because you won't get to sleep before midnight.
pretty much, man. Pretty much. I was big on that. Like, we could do a video on, the sort of parenting. What's the word? Parenting tips, I guess, that you've used, that
Yeah,
I've used to get our kids in the, um, good routine, so to say.
mate, that's why we
Um,
need Catherine to come on.
but definitely, mate, that sleeping crap, you've got to. It's okay if they have lunch and have an hour nap. You have lunch at
Yeah,
11:30,
100%.
12 o'clock, have your nap. But after 1 o'clock, you get that child up and, not exercising, but using up energy during those last few hours before bed. You want to aim for that 7 o'clock bed. Because as I
We used
said,
to have
you'll be up.
lunchtime quiet time. We used to call it quiet time. So when the kids got a little bit older and we wanted them to not nap, we just would still say, right, go have your quiet time, like from 12 to 2, what used to be their quiet time. Then in the afternoon, run around, be a headless chook. Then come bedtime, they're ready for bed. Like your girls, they're always,
Mate,
what
I
time
was about to say,
bedtime comes,
you
bedtime comes around, your girls would be knackered.
mate, they're literally, mate. They'll sit down for tea with us. As soon as they're done, they say this thing called special. Special. They want like a cookie or something special for
Yeah,
after
yeah,
dinner,
yeah.
but they know they have to eat their dinner, so they'll eat, their veggies, their meat, potato, whatever. They may not eat it all, but they'll eat, like try all of it.
Yeah.
And then when they're done, they're like special, special. They get a cookie or a sugar-free ice block or something like that, and then yeah, straight brush teeth. Like they'll be running to the thing, brush teeth, shower, read, get changed, read a book, and then bed.
When my kids used to say they were full and I'd have like a bit of veggie or a bit of potato or a bit of meat or something left, I'd just scrape one more piece of broccoli or one more little bit of potato, one more bit of meat. Say, right, how you finish that, then you're done. Okay,
Perfect, mate. That's
okay.
good.
Then
And
they can have dessert then.
how good is it when you're scraping the plate and you just have a bit of the leftovers, mate? You're like, yeah, damn right.
This is why we're large, friend.
But I think we do need to do a video, and we'll have, if you like, we'll have your lovely wife there, and
Yeah,
we'll do a
because
video on yeah, we'll call it like different parenting techniques.
as much as I can sit here and talk about stuff, if I didn't have Catherine, mate, my kids would have been fucking screwed.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
obviously because I was away a lot too, which I keep saying, but I was away a lot. Um, so
Tell you what, tips,
she pretty much did 85% of it.
mate. On a
She
serious.
had Sky was toilet trained by 2. Lily was toilet trained by 3.5, but Lily regressed a little bit after Braden was born.
and
Braden took a little bit longer, but
you're still
yeah,
being toilet trained.
Sky was crazy. Like I don't know if she's just a special breed, but she was walking at 10 months. She was toilet trained by 2. She, when I first taught her how to ride a bike, I literally pushed her once in the backyard. And I said, right up around the trampoline and come back, and I'll let you out in the road. She did it first go, up and around. She just, like, everything she did, it was just so easy for her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I was gonna say, tips, going back to the scraping the plates thing. I got to stop doing that shit, man. Look, it's not good.
Need one of these.
Listen, mate, Honor, thanks for coming on and talking about poos and peas and wheeze and all
Peas and
that good
wees.
stuff.
Uh-uh.
I actually enjoyed
When was the
that.
last time? When was the last time you shat yourself?
Charted.
Yeah, I reckon I've probably farted and shat myself twice this year.
Look, I'm not going to lie. Remember when we were sitting out the front of Magic Round and I had to disappear to the toilet quickly?
Ah, yes.
There's a little bit of
Good.
a runny poopy poo, fluffy fluff in my undies. I had to go. Goodbye.
Mate,
But yeah, that
mate,
Magic Round, mate.
I haven't been that recent, but
Oi,
about 2 months.
we said we're not doing a 40-minute video.
Well, hurry up then.
All right, mate.
That's
Thanks for coming on.
35.
That's 35.
Time flies.
If you found that enjoyable and you actually stuck there and listened, thanks for listening. As I said, it's not a dig; it's just what worked for me. We'd appreciate it, if you'd like to subscribe, so you know when other videos are coming. Obviously, we do sort of informative ones. We do not so informative. We do fun. We do pulling the piss, bit of a laugh. But yeah, thanks for listening. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. See you, bye. Bon voyage. Arrivederci.